When I take you to the land of milk and honey, you're going to forget me. You're going to forget me. You're not going to be able to stand. You're not going to be able to make it. Because it's not down in that heart to protect it. And it'll get wounded. And problems will come and situations will destroy you and take you out. And we got to look at that. Is that really what's happened? Is that really what's went on? Jeremiah 17, verse 9 and 10. He sent many prophets. He kept sending prophets to tell the people, you got a heart problem, man. You got a heart problem. You got a heart problem. You lack knowledge. You lack knowledge. You lack knowledge. You lack it. You ain't got it. Come on. You lack it. And this man right here had to be pretty tough. To think that what he went through, to think that all that he did to obey God, and they wanted to kill this man and all this, they wanted to take him down, and he was just obeying God. And as far as you can find, I don't believe he got one converted. Not one. Jeremiah 17, verse 9 and 10, this is what he said about the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Now, who's going to tell me that God don't know where our weakness is? He knows us. He created us. And He's watched it over these generations, probably now around 3,000 to 4,000 years since Adam and Eve. He watched man fail and fail and fail over a heart condition. And guess what? He's still watching today. Same thing. Heart condition. It can be deceived beyond all things. Why? Because we got so many things against us, and God only one on our side trying to help us. We got the enemy coming at us, telling us these things. Our flesh sure don't want to do it. So our carnal mind is thinking, let's go this way, let's do that. We got people telling us all these things out here that we hear. All these things going on. So we got all these against the heart, telling the heart all these things. As we hear and it enters the heart, we got all these things trying to deceive and guide the heart in these directions. But then we got God over here trying to tell us, don't listen to that. Trust me. And you think about how hard it is because it's a faith thing that you're going to have to trust God based upon what His Word says, and based upon the simple fact is that we got to hope and believe that He's going to do what He said He's going to do. We're going to have to trust Him that He's going to do what He said He's going to do. Because what I see, in our mind and heart, there ain't no way. So our heart, see how easy it is to be deceived and pulled away? A newborn baby with a little bit of knowledge has grown a little bit. Don't have enough knowledge to understand even the weapons of warfare. Don't have enough knowledge to know that the enemy is coming directly for your heart. Don't know how he attacks. Don't know how he does things. And so forth. We just don't even. But the importance of that good ground and importance, and that's Jesus bringing this forth and telling us that you've got to get this knowledge in you, and you've got to get it deep inside of you. And just getting it every now and then is not going to get it deep inside of you. It is not going to come that way. And if we are those people, and you know exactly, if we are those people that's allowed this to happen, we have allowed the enemy to pull us back, and we've allowed scars and hardness of heart. We're going to have to fight back to get a pure heart with God. We're going to have to fight back to get that knowledge deep down in our heart that we trust God. Faith comes by hearing by the Word, etc. We've got to get that down in us so that we can see the clear picture, so that we can have clear understanding of everything. And for 4 years, he's been trying to bring that forth, but we've caught pieces here and we've caught pieces there, and we ain't been able to bring it all together. So what does that create? That creates that people begin to go by their carnal eyesight. They begin to allow the enemy to speak to their heart. They begin to think of things, and their heart and their minds working together, and they're beginning to think, well, this ain't going to happen. I'm just going to go. And they give up. on the plan and on the things. Even though many people have said, this is going to happen, this is going to come forth. The things that's happened, I couldn't guess in a million years. No more than these prophets who got these things right. And I ain't calling myself no prophet. I'm not. I'm just a servant of God that tells you what He tells me. But to get those right, God had to be doing something. So He's telling us these things, and He's bringing them forth. And these prophets did the same thing. They would tell things, and it would come to pass, and the people still rejected it. It would happen exactly the way the prophet would bring it. You can read all the stories of mankind from generation after generation as God sent prophet after prophet to try to convince people and show them different things. Even Jesus, they rejected because they only had part of the knowledge. And they thought they had it right. Their heart was deceived above all things. And the enemy got the upper hand. Got the upper hand and convinced them that there ain't no way. There ain't no way. Because he can make us so miserable in our situation. He can make us so down and so out in our situations that we will just give up on it no matter what. People will leave churches, they'll leave ministries because they got hurt even though God didn't tell them to leave. The easiest thing is walk away. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the easiest thing for the flesh. And all the battles that Lisa and I have fought, the easiest thing would have been to walk away years ago. Walk away from it and not fight it. But because I love the Lord and I love you all, and we do, both of us, we've stood in and fought and stood in hard to fight grounds on lies and on things that's been told on us and situations that's been brought against us. It's still coming at us. And it's still going to come no matter who you are. If you're going to follow the truth and go forward in the truth, there'll be things brought against you. If you got the favor of God in your life, you're going to be envied. And people's going to say things. They are. And they're going to bring them forth. But if we should be recognizing now what God has been talking about. Jesus said, that the hearts wax gross over these things, and this is why. This is what happened. A little bit of knowledge on a newborn baby has caused the enemy to come in and cause this to happen. He said clearly right here in Jeremiah that the heart is deceivable above all things, but who shall know it? I try the reins of the heart. He tries your reins of your heart to show you the truth about it. Probably almost every day he's trying to show you things about yourself, trying to show us what's going on. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13 and 14. But who's going to get this knowledge? Who's going to be the ones that's going to be able to receive it? Because Isaiah was in the same situation. A prophet sent to help the people, given knowledge from God, and he had a heart's desire like I've got. I want to see people have life and have it more abundantly. I desire that more than anything. To see people enjoy their relationship with God. Have good marriages. Have good life with God. Enjoy the promises of God, the fruits of the Spirit, the powers of God. I desire to see the spiritual gifts in function. But they're not going to happen if we only got part of the knowledge, because we're going to stay in a miserable state that's everything we can do to drag ourselves forward to even do much of anything for God. And I'd say in 2011, most of your days were miserable if you only had part of the knowledge. If you did not get the pieces glued together, most of your days were miserable, tough, feeling hopeless, feeling lonely, feeling down, feeling out, etc. And this is why we got to get forward in this and understand and grab hold of this and realize how important right now to have good ground is. No matter if it's me, anybody teaching, or when you're at home reading your Bible, how important is it to have good ground? How important is it to get that seed planted deep into that good ground and get it rooted in it, so that we can get that understanding, be able to bring those pieces together. Isaiah